mixing ancient and modern at the event of the shore of one of the world's largest lakes, high in Kyrgyzstan's Tian Shan Mountains. Inspired by shamanic folklore, rock paintings and ancient history of their native land, the Republic of Tuvia in Russia created Scythian princesses theme and combined it with a stunning catwalk and peppy dances. Swirling, voluminous skirts featured in many of the outfits, either elaborately patterned or in blocks of vivid color. During a 3-day program, about 40 designers around the globe, including Indonesia, Morocco and France, showcased their work. Agency Report, Republic TV.
And I'm going across to some more explosive details that we've accessed as we talk about what has been found. There is another very, very explosive mention. I'm going to just go through the details and I'll get Shravan on the phone line. Let me get Shravan on the phone line. There is a second explosive mention here on my screen, and I'm going to take a snapshot of that. And let me tell you that in another mention that has been made here. If I can just zoom into this, there is an envelope having printed on it, Minister in Charge, Department of Higher Education, School Education, Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal, containing 5 lakh rupees marked as Annexure H. Now, this is a very explosive mention. Is it Partha Chatterjee? What do we know, Shravan, about this money? There was an envelope having printed on it, Minister in Charge, Department of Higher Education. Was it a sitting minister? Was it a previous minister, Shravan?
Well, in fact, Neeraj, Republic TV was the first network to get their hands on this very recovery. Let's also put out the visuals of the recovery that was made from Orpita's residence, where there was an envelope. And this finds a mention in the seizure list also. The Enforcement Directorate has essentially indicated that they have come across an envelope printed on it, Minister in Charge, Department of Higher Education, School Education, Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal. What we did not know earlier was how much money was recovered from inside that packet. The Enforcement Directorate has now already indicated that this packet contained about 5 lakh rupees, which has now been marked as Annexure H. So apart from the black diary, so 2 important recoveries that have been made, or seizures that have been made by the Enforcement Directorate. One is the packet containing 5 lakh rupees with the government insignia. Second is with regards to the black diary. In fact, there are certain codes that have been found on that particular diary, number one. Number two is that there were certain characters which find the mention in this diary. At this point in time, perhaps we are not in a position to reveal that, since the investigation is still underway. And as we speak right now, Partha Chatterjee is already being questioned. Orpita Mukherjee is already being questioned. In the next few hours, a joint interrogation between Partha Chatterjee and Orpita Mukherjee is going to take place. So we can also break this. That joint interrogation will happen. And Partha is currently being questioned. He's being questioned about the committee that was formed, or the panel that was formed, which the Calcutta High Court has basically deemed it as illegal. All of that is going to happen in the next few hours. So it's a very important day as far as the investigation goes. Partha Chatterjee finally being questioned, and once again they would be questioned together. The importance of their questioning is being questioned together is the fact that the Enforcement Directorate would be trying to, they would essentially try to establish the fact that there is a link. There is a link between Partha Chatterjee and Orpita Mukherjee. Of course, the news break that we had yesterday, which indicated that the Enforcement Directorate is already working on it. There's a joint property of Orpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee, a property that was bought back in 2012. Which indicated that they have had some sort of an association. It's not anything, properties which they believe were bought from the proceeds of crime. So at least that's step one. Step two is the fact that they are also going to look at whether there were more number of people who were actually involved in this recruitment scam. Because remember, this particular scam cannot perhaps, cannot be limited to only 2 people. In fact, there are more number of people whose premises have already been questioned. So in the days to come, you would expect more summons to also go out once the preliminary questioning is already done by the enforcement directorate. As we speak, once again, breaking news coming in. Partho Chatterjee is being questioned right now. Orpita Mukherjee, her questioning has also begun. In the next few hours, we are being told that a joint interrogation between Orpita and Partho Chatterjee is likely to take place. But once again, getting us exclusive details right now are 2. One, with regards to the video that Republic had first accessed, the video of that envelope which is found from Orpita Mukherjee's residence, and now in the seizure list, a mention of the same.
Well, yes, Shravan, in fact, I'm going back to this mention here of the envelope. If my video journalist can look at this, this is what the enforcement directorate has said. An envelope having printed on it Minister in charge, Department of Higher Education, School Education, Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal, containing 5 lakh rupees. Containing 5 lakh rupees marked as an extra reg. Envelope with 5 lakhs with Department of Higher Education marking, was it a cash for a minister? If yes, is it not corruption? It's an explosive mention. And in a short while from now, Arpita and Partho Chatterjee will be brought face to face for joint interrogation. That's the big breaking news update that Shravan is getting us right now. We had also brought you details of that envelope. We'll just put out the details of the envelope as well and the pictures. Coming back to you, Shravan, with the details of what we know about who else could now be questioned. Shravan, will there be more arrests, more names that will be questioned? Because if he's a former education minister, was the scam still on?
Well, in fact, Niranjan, I'm also sending across to our newsroom another set of documents that I've accessed with regards to the properties. Now, this, I'm told that the properties of Orpita, which they believe is bought from the proceeds of crime. I think so we can now put it across. Niranjan, I've just sent it across to our newsroom right now as we speak the details of the properties there. And the seizure list, which has a little bit more. You would see these are details of the deeds that were basically signed. Let's put that out also. Another set of documents now coming in exclusively with only Republic TV. Full list of the properties, deeds that were basically signed by Orpita. Once again, as I said, that a lot of this money that they were actually making from this scam, it was basically being routed through certain companies, finally to buy properties. And properties that have been amassed by Partho Chatterjee in various parts of West Bengal. In fact, I've been told that a large part of it has also been utilized, especially during the demonetization when a lot of the money was actually being routed, which we have been told that was finally being used to buy properties in various agricultural areas or agricultural land parcels that were basically bought by Partho Chatterjee. So it's important to point out here is that we're getting in more and more details that is emerging right now, the magnitude of this particular scam, how the proceeds of crime was actually being utilized, and the fact that this was all being done with a singular aim to continue with this scam in a manner that they could make more money, and the fact that this money could have been routed in multiple ways.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Shravan joining us with the details of this explosive. We just had the pictures, in fact, of that envelope over a stash of cash. Can we show those pictures, please? The envelope that we just mentioned here, those pictures were just played out in a window. I'm going to put those pictures out right now. There it is, the envelope. That's the envelope. That's the envelope that you see there, which has been mentioned. And you can see over the envelope, I'm just explaining that video. This envelope says, Minister in charge, Higher Education. Look at that. Envelope says Minister in charge, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. That's the one that Shravan was talking about. That's the picture. Let's label that also, please. the envelope that was found with 5 lakh rupee cash in it. The pictures of the envelope are out right now on Republic TV. The details also on your screen. We're putting out the details. That's the envelope that we were talking about. Shavan, is this the same one, Shavan? What's on the screen right now? It's the envelope that's got the minister in charge, Department of Higher Education on it. Is this the one?
Well, in fact, Niranjan, there is only one video which only Republic TV had access right on day one of the seizure, and when the searches were basically carried out, in which you can see bundles of cash lying, and then you have a green envelope with the insignia of the Ministry of Education. That's exactly the video, and the packet or the envelope that Enforcement Directorate makes a mention in that particular seizure list. But what we did not know earlier was how much money was found inside that envelope. A confirmation now coming in from this particular seizure list, where they have made a mention of the fact that 5 lakh rupees was actually recovered from this very packet. So what was this money for? Where did it come from? It's a subject of investigation at this point in time. But certainly, very important leads coming in at this point in time. Fast-paced developments, even as the investigation has just begun. It turns out that the searches have come across as a huge success for the Enforcement Directorate.
Yeah. Okay, Shavan, stay with me. These are details that we are picking up right now. And the Congress march has begun. In fact, as we speak about one investigation and another, where you have right now the Congress president being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. I think the march has begun. So the moment we have those pictures, I'll cut across live to that. But right now, this is in fact what we'll do is we'll tell you once more and show you the pictures. The Enforcement Directorate, after the seizures at a sitting minister's aide's residence, envelope having printed Minister in Charge, Department of Higher Education. In fact, let's put that video out once again of the envelope. I'll speak over that because that's exactly what the Enforcement Directorate is making a mention of. It says, the envelope having printed on it Minister in Charge, Department of Higher Education, School Education, Parliamentary Affairs, Government of West Bengal, containing 5 lakh rupees in cash. 5 lakh rupees in cash. And that was found from the residence of the aide of Partha Chatterjee, a sitting minister in Bengal. I'm taking a short break right now, and we're coming back with the details. Stay tuned.
Heavy rainfalls are expected in Mumbai for the next 4 days.
A lot of people over here with tricolors commemorating the victory of Draupadi Murmu.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Livestream with you everywhere. Republic Livestream, India's #1 streaming news.
And some international news now. China has urged British officials not to make an issue out of China after Rishi Sunak made reference to the country, calling it the biggest long-term threat to Britain. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said that Sunak should not make an issue out of China or hype the so-called China threat. A wildfire has broken out in the Yosemite National Park, affecting more than 15,000 acres of forest land. Thousands of residents were ordered to flee the remote mountain communities there. According to reports, 2,000 firefighters are battling the oak fire, the steep terrain and hot weather.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Livestream with you everywhere. Republic Livestream, India's #1 streaming news.
Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said the missile strikes in Odessa are aimed at military infrastructure and have not created obstacles for grain deliveries. He added that the targets are located in a separate part of the Odessa port. Meanwhile, Russia and Ukraine have signed agreements with the UN and Turkey aiming at clearing the way for shipments of Ukrainian grain. The United Nations has condemned the airstrike in the Ukrainian port of Odessa. UN Deputy Spokesman Farhan Haq has said that Turkey has provided space for the Joint Coordination Center in Istanbul, which will oversee grain shipments and inspections of incoming and outgoing ships.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
9 people have lost their lives as heavy rains drove flash floods through Yemen. The casualties were reported in the capital of Sana'a and the southwestern province of Dhamar. In Dhamar, at least 6 people were killed when floods swept away their vehicle.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Just in about 30 seconds, we'll go back to the Congress march, which has begun in Delhi. But there's another exhibit that I wanted to bring to the notice of our viewers. In one part of the Enforcement Directorate papers, this is explosive. And I'd like to get Shravan on the phone line. Point number 13, it says bunch of papers. It says bunch of papers. Bunch of papers relating to recommendation of candidates was found from the residence of Arpita Mukherjee. Papers relating to recommendation for appointment and transfer was found. And this is perhaps the explosive mention of post and candidates admit card. Admit card has also been found, which makes it all the more explosive. So you had a black diary with the details. If you can zoom out, just to tell you, you have papers, files with black diary names, and then you have papers with the recommendations of candidates, appointment and transfer letters, admit cards, all as part of a file and document with the aid of the minister, which indicates, the ED is trying to indicate thereby that Partha Chatterjee's aide Arpita was perhaps in some way trying to push the recommendations. Like the ED has said, in the case of Partha Chatterjee, directly they found some admit cards, etc. of different employee stages. So this is the third exhibit: papers, recommendation of candidates, appointment or transfer, and the admit cards. The story is getting more and more explosive. I'm taking a short break right now. Shravan breaking the details of the Bengal cash scam. The only channel on top of that story. Stay tuned.
Anywhere except in the Kashmir Valley.
Congress in prayer, taking their MLAs to Raipur.
Opposition parties have been demanding that there should be justice.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
A massive sandstorm hit northwestern China's Qinghai province and trapped travelers for long hours. Watch how the sandstorm approached fast as if it was a moving wall of sand and turned the sky yellow. The following visual was filmed from a distance as onlookers standing at the roadside took pictures of the rare scene on July 28th. Watch how the sandstorm chased a person for over 100 kilometers before he was caught up and trapped for 3 hours. The sandstorm appeared in Huaxi region last Wednesday before it advanced to the east of the region with the help of the westerly wind. In Sharan town, Huashi region, wind speeds reached 14.9 meters per second during the sandstorm, while visibility was less than 200 meters. Vibrant and colorful costumes were being showcased at the World Nomads Fashion Festival. Models strutted in sun-laden outfits, mixing ancient and modern at the event of the shore of one of the world's largest lakes, high in Kyrgyzstan's Tian Shan Mountains. Inspired by shamanic folklore, rock paintings and ancient history of their native land, the Republic of Tula in Russia created Scythian princesses theme and combined it with a stunning catwalk and peppy dances. Swirling, voluminous skirts featured in many of the outfits, either elaborately patterned or in blocks of vivid color. During a 3-day program, about 40 designers around the globe, including Indonesia, Morocco and France, showcased their work. Agency report, Republic TV.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic live stream with you everywhere. Republic live stream, India's #1 streaming news.
And some international news now. China has urged British officials not to make an issue out of China after Rishi Sunak made reference to the country, calling it the biggest long-term threat to Britain. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said that Sunak should not make an issue out of China or hype the so-called
right behind me. That's the very Amar Jawan Jyoti where the tributes were paid. Wreath laying ceremony took place.
We are at the Tiger War Memorial where the Jawans of the Indian Army, they have lined up to pay tribute.
Reporting from Dras War Memorial where it has been decked up and also the candles have been lit up by the families of those fallen soldiers who were part of this Kargil war.
सोनिया गांधी जी अभी यहाँ पे आप मार्च कर रहे हैं राष्ट्रगान के लिए, मगर
आज 7वां दिन है, लगातार हम महंगाई पे
Live visuals from outside Parliament. Rahul Gandhi with other Congress members and leaders sloganeering and protesting.
महंगाई रोकी जाए, जीएसटी का बड़ा टैक्स रोका जाए, ये जो सारी एजेंसीज का दुरुपयोग रोका जाए। अब उसके बाद भी अगर आप नहीं सुनते हो तो ये तो तानाशाही में होता है।
प्रमोद जी, संसद के अंदर
प्रमोद जी, ये चीज है कि प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा है कि अपोजिशन करना एक पार्टी या एक इंडिविजुअल के खिलाफ, ऐसा ना हो कि देश के खिलाफ अपोजिशन हो।
प्रधानमंत्री यही बात सदन में आके क्यों नहीं बोलते हैं? सदन से क्यों शर्माते हैं? वो सदन के प्रति उत्तरदायी है। भारत का संविधान प्रधानमंत्री को उत्तरदायी बनाता है, यहाँ क्यों नहीं बोलते?
वो मौजूद है आप देख सकते हैं, आप चौधरी के सोनिया गांधी की का एक पोस्टर भी है और आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, विजय चौक की तरफ जा रहे हैं और वहां से विजय चौक से वो राष्ट्रपति भवन की तरफ मार्च भी करेंगे। ठीक मेरे पीछे आप तस्वीर देख सकते हैं जहां पर कांग्रेस का जो
Republic News Network is the only network to get you an aerial view.
सोनिया गांधी से ईडी पूछताछ नहीं कर सकती। इसको रोको यार, तुम हमें ये क्या बदतमीजी है?
Bengal police has applied the water cannon to disperse the protesters.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you.
The pictures on your screen right now are of the protests that are taking place in the national capital. Now, this, of course, is part of the Congress Party's protest that is taking place. Do remember that the protest is taking place even as Sonia Gandhi is facing the second round of questioning by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. Congress Party, of course, is protesting outside of Parliament and also at various other locations across the country. This is part of the Sansad to Sadak protest that has been launched by the Congress Party over what they say is politically motivated questioning of their President Sonia Gandhi, of course also of Rahul Gandhi. Let's go across to Piyush, who's reporting on this. Piyush, what's the sense of what you see around us?
Against questioning of Sonia Gandhi by Enforcement Directorate. Remember that today is still day of questioning where Sonia Gandhi has already reached and basically taken part in the investigation of Enforcement Directorate. But the Congress Party workers continue to protest against the summons that have been issued to Sonia Gandhi and the questioning which is taking place in this case. Earlier, Rahul Gandhi was also questioned for more than 50 hours in the same case of National Herald. What Congress Party believes that there is nothing, there is no substance in this very case, this entire case is bogus, and the BJP government, the center is misusing the central agencies to target the Congress Party leaders. They have said that earlier also similar sort of activity, similar sort of exercise has been done by the ED officials, and there is no substance in this case. On the other side, BJP has been saying as to why the Congress is running away from answering the questions of ED in this case. But today, the Congress Party workers are not only protesting across the country, but they have taken out a protest march from inside the Parliament. They have now reached their at Vijay Chowk, where they are planning to move towards the they have also, if they are stopped by the Delhi police, they will sit there on the take their
or they have been between the road. This is what the Congress MPs are also right now claiming. They have now left from the Parliament House. They're also holding which reads to stop misusing the delegate office of the Congress Party.
All right, so as Piyush is pointing out, of course, those are pictures that we are getting to you from Vijay Chowk. Now, the Congress Party, of course, has been protesting the ED's action against the Gandhis. First, we saw 5 days of protests. All right, so as I was earlier saying, of course, the Congress Party has been protesting this questioning, saying that it is politically motivated and that this is vendetta politics, in fact, that is being practiced by the ED at the behest of the central government. We're going to try and listen into that comment that's coming in from one of the Congress leaders.
And they are not allowing even the parliamentarians to express the real issues of the people. They are misusing all other agencies. You can see how they are dealing with the honorable MPs. They are very...
There are ways are there, but still they are disturbing our people, taking. Therefore, they are not allowing, and everywhere they are declaring 144. Congress office, they have declared 144. Here 144, there at Smaraks, they also, like that they are doing all this harassment. We are fighting against it.
Right, I'm joined by Malika. Sir, how do you see this entire response crackdown? What do you say about the How do you see this crackdown that is happening?
That is happening by the government. They are doing it. We want to have a peaceful agitation to take up the issue in the parliament for discussion.
Sir, the way Congress MPs have been picked up, will you bring this issue in the parliament?
Yes, we have to bring, we have to fight. We are fighting. No, we are ready to take any action to redress the grievances of the common people.
And the way the Congress MPs have been and do you have anything to say on that, sir?
The way everybody is being
So what's your reaction?
All right, so protests, of course, are taking place at various locations. Right now, those are visuals we are getting to you from outside the Parliament. This is Vijay Chowk, where leaders of the Congress Party, MPs, protesting over there against what they say is political vendetta being practiced by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, even as this happens, of course, to remember that Sonia Gandhi is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. The questioning is taking place for the second day today. And earlier, of course, we were getting more information that's in terms of the fact that Sonia Gandhi was accompanied by both her children as she went into the ED's office. Now, we also were hearing reactions that are coming in from senior leaders of the Congress Party. Mallikarjun Kharge over there saying that the police also is misbehaving with the senior leaders of the Congress Party who all happen to be MPs. Of course, we have seen how the Congress Party is continuing to hold protests, not just in the national capital, but also across the various state headquarters. Let's listen into what the BJP has said to these allegations.
जहां तक सोनिया गांधी और ईडी का सवाल है, पहले राहुल गांधी जी भी कटघरे में खड़े थे, वो भी गए थे ईडी के पास प्रस्तुत होने के लिए, और आज सोनिया जी जा रही है। स्वाभाविक है, 5,000 करोड़ का गबन अगर देश में हुआ है, 5,000 करोड़ रुपए का करप्शन का अगर चार्जेस सोनिया जी और राहुल जी के ऊपर है, तो स्वाभाविक रूप से पूछताछ भी उन्हीं से होगी। मुझे तो कई बार लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए ईडी का अर्थ एंटाइटलमेंट फॉर डेकॉइटी था। उनको लगता है कि उनके पास एंटाइटलमेंट फॉर डेकॉइटी, मतलब हम डाका भी डालेंगे और हमसे पूछताछ भी नहीं होनी चाहिए। चोरी ऊपर से सीना जोरी, ये जो मुहावरा हिंदी का है, यदि किसी बच्चे को यह समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि चोरी ऊपर से सीना जोरी इसका अर्थ क्या होता है, तो कांग्रेस के व्यवहार को देखे कि 5,000 करोड़ रुपए गबन भी करेंगे और प्रश्नों का उत्तर भी नहीं देंगे। यह होता है चोरी ऊपर से सीना जोरी, एंटाइटलमेंट फॉर डेकॉइटी। और आज जब पूछताछ होगी तो हम जवाब नहीं देंगे। बंधुगण, ये जिस प्रकार का कमोशन आज कांग्रेस पार्टी कर रही है, देश बंद करने का प्रयास, हर जगह झड़प करने की प्रयास, ट्रैफिक रोकने की प्रयास, सत्याग्रह के नाम पे दे आर ट्राइंग टू स्प्रेड ऑल काइंड ऑफ कमोशन। सोनिया जी, वी डोंट वांट कमोशन, वी वांट कन्फेशन। कमोशन की आवश्यकता नहीं, आज कन्फेशन की आवश्यकता है।
Right, pictures of the Congress protest over there that's taking place outside of Parliament. Let's go across to Madhurima, who's bringing us the latest on this. Madhurima, Congress workers as well as senior Congress leaders still on the spot, and what we're given to understand that this protest, the Congress party calls a satyagrah, will continue till Sonia Gandhi is being questioned. All right, we seem to have lost Madhurima's connection over there. We're going to try and get her back, but pictures on your screen are of Congress leaders continuing to protest against the ED's questioning of Sonia Gandhi and her son Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi, of course, was earlier questioned for about 50 hours by the ED, which is looking into alleged irregularities in the National Herald case. Now, senior Congress leaders are present at this protest. Do remember that the party has said that it will be holding a satyagrah when the party president appears before the Enforcement Directorate. Now, in fact, we were earlier learning that the Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal actually written to all states also asking for them to protest at various sites when Sonia Gandhi is questioned. I think we've got Madhurima back right now. She's, of course, reporting from the national capital. Madhurima, we are seeing a large turnout of Congress workers over there. The Congress party, of course, continues to say that the ED is being misused.
Well, absolutely, Nupur, and as you can see that we're bringing you the visuals. Nupur, and as you can see that we're bringing you the visuals of Dipendra Hooda. He has been detained over here. We'll move forward and see more Congress MPs. As you can see, the detainment continues right just few hundred meters away from the Parliament House, and there's a lot of hustle over here. We can see that Digvijay Singh all have been here, and they all are being detained one after another. The hustle continues. We'll try and speak to the Congress MPs over here. One more being brought in, one more being
हमें राष्ट्रपति को 80 सांसदों को नहीं मिलने जा रहा है। महंगाई है, लोग परेशान हैं। ये बात नहीं करने देना है, गुंडागिर्दी है।
भाई नीचे आ जाओ, आप नीचे आ जाओ, आप नीचे आ जाओ।
So you can see that they are raising the issue of inflation and other as well, and they are alleging that they are not being allowed to protest, to register their protest over here, and that they are being questioned and they are being detained. They are questioning the entire modus operandi. We'll speak to Sir. So what do you have to say about this entire protest?
See, the way Modi behavior is unprecedented in India. They don't permit a discussion on price rise in the parliament. Now we are going to the President of India to give a memorandum. They don't permit that and arrested en route. This is complete murder of parliamentary democracy.
Are you going to continue to protest like this, sir?
Yes, definitely for the people of India. What we are asking in parliament is for discussion on price rise, misuse of central agencies. Why don't they permit it? Why don't the government come forward? Very unfortunate.
But they are alleging that this is causing a lot of disruption in the parliamentary business.
No. What is more important for the people of India than price rise? That's the most important thing. And if they don't permit discussion on that, what else is Parliament for?
Is it going to continue the entire monsoon session?
Till they permit us discussion on price rise, we will continue.
Sir, this protest is going to continue till the monsoon's entire session?
No, as long as they don't concede to our request of a debate on price rise, we should not be compromising. It's a matter of every Indian. हर चीज़ की कीमत बढ़ गई है. यहाँ गरीब तो खैर बदहाल है ही है, जो मिडिल क्लास है वो भी परेशान है. अब दूध पे, हॉस्पिटल बेड्स पे, कॉपी और पेंसिल पे अगर टैक्स लगाएगा तो कैसे आम आदमी उसका खर्चा बेयर कर पाएगा? स्पीकर साहब बीजेपी के नॉमिनी है, हम लोग के स्पीकर है, हम सभी के माननीय हैं, तो सरकार को अगर इतनी चिंता है खर्चे की तो क्यों ना ये जो गैर मुनासिब टैक्स है, लुटेरा टैक्स है, गब्बर सिंह टैक्स है, ये क्यों नहीं मोदी जी वापस ले लेते? सॉरी,
अभी भी बीमार है और उनके बिना डिस्कशन बेकार रहेगा.
भाई पार्लियामेंट में सभी मंत्री यही बोलते हैं कि मोदी जी जो चाहते हैं वही हम करते हैं. मोदी जी का आइडिया है. हम सब जानते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान में जो कुछ हो रहा है सिर्फ अकेला मोदी जी निर्णय लेते हैं, तो वही जवाब दें. पार्लियामेंट में ऐसा तो है नहीं कि उनको आने की इजाज़त नहीं है. वो खाली ओपनिंग सेरेमनी और क्लोजिंग सेरेमनी के अलावा कभी पार्लियामेंट नहीं आते हैं, जो हिंदुस्तान के लोगों की तौहीन है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की तौहीन है. Thank you, ma'am.
So much, sir. So as you can see that here the MPs are questioning the entire model around the GST increase. They are saying if not the finance minister is not here, if she is unwell, but the prime minister is here, why is he not speaking? And which is why these protests continue. We'll take you again back to the visuals here, Nupur. And as you can see that there's a lot of commotion here right in front of the Parliament of India. And as you can see that the police officials are trying to simmer down the entire situation. But the Congress MPs are very aggressive. They are very adamant and that they are going to continue to protest in the entire session of the Parliament, no matter what, that they are going to question each and every bit of the government and that they are going to continue with their fight. And as you can see that there's a lot of commotion over there. We're trying to speak to the Congress here as there is no permission.
I'm afraid, Madhurima, that's a very poor connection, Madhurima, that we have with you. We're going to fix that and come back to you in just a bit. But earlier on, of course, there was another report that was sent in by Piyush. Let's listen into that.
संसद भवन से कांग्रेस पार्टी का मार्च जो है वो अब शुरू हो चुका है. ठीक मेरे पीछे आप तस्वीर देख सकते हैं. इसमें कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता मौजूद हैं, राहुल गांधी मौजूद हैं, उनके साथ मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे हैं और काफी वरिष्ठ जो है कांग्रेस पार्टी के वो मौजूद हैं. आप देख सकते हैं आप अरविंद चौधरी के, सोनिया गांधी की का एक पोस्टर भी है और अब वो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, विजय चौक की तरफ जा रहे हैं और वहां से विजय चौक से वो राष्ट्रपति भवन की तरफ मार्च भी करेंगे. ठीक मेरे पीछे आप तस्वीर देख सकते हैं जहां पर कांग्रेस का जो प्रदर्शन है वो अब संसद भवन से होता हुआ विजय चौक की तरफ बढ़ रहा है और वहां से राष्ट्रपति भवन की तरफ जाएगा. पीयूष मिश्रा.
All right, we are going back to pictures that we are getting from the national capital. Of course, the police as well as paramilitary forces are trying to push back protesters. Now, there has been a huge deployment of security forces in Lutyens, Delhi as the Congress party continues to protest the questioning of Sonia Gandhi. Now, this is very similar to scenes that had played out earlier as well when Rahul Gandhi was questioned for 5 consecutive days, and thereafter, of course, Mrs. Gandhi was also questioned by the ED. We have seen protests like this break out across the country, not just in the national capital. In fact, earlier this morning we were getting you visuals from Chandigarh where similar protests took place. Now, outside the Parliament also we have seen several protests taking place. All right, so we have seen similar visuals, of course, being played out in the national capital. Now, Congress leaders, of course, who are also MPs, were protesting both inside and outside of Parliament. The Congress seems to be raising a host of issues, but the focal point remains what they say is political vendetta that is being practiced by the centre, saying that Mrs. Gandhi is being questioned by the ED, which has now become an arm of the central government in terms of being misused for politics. I think those are several of those Congress workers are now being detained and taken away by the police as well as paramilitary forces who've been deployed in the area. The Congress, of course, continuing to block roads and in the national capital as well as elsewhere. This, of course, does cause huge disruption to traffic in Lutyens, Delhi as well. I think Madhurima is back with us. Madhurima, we can see a large number of those Congress workers and senior leaders who are now being taken away.
What we're bringing you are the visuals of Rahul Gandhi, and as you can see that my camera person Vijay Anilji is bringing you the live visuals here. Rahul Gandhi in talks with the police officials, but they have made it abundantly clear that there is no permission to carry out any protest or any march in this very VIP area that is in front of the Parliament and the Raisina Hill. And the distance between from here to the President House is not much. The entire area is sensitive, and the police officers of the police that there is no permission given to these Congress MPs to take out any such march. However, these Congress MPs have also made it clear that they are very adamant and they will continue to protest. They will continue to protest against the price hike, and they want to begin upon that Neeraj Chopra, the finance minister, is not there.
All right, so ruckus in fact being created in Lutyens, Delhi as the Congress party continues to protest over there at various locations. And in fact, even as we speak, Sonia Gandhi is being questioned by the ED. She's been inside at the ED's office for about an hour, 20 minutes. She reached at about 11 o'clock. That is when the questioning commenced. And she is, of course, accompanied by her daughter. And we earlier saw, of course, Rahul Gandhi as well as senior leaders of the Congress party protesting from the AICC headquarters. And similar protests are being witnessed at Vijay Chowk. And now the Congress party, of course, on its part says that these are protests that are not just against the ED's questioning, but also over what they say is the government's denial over the issue of price rise to be discussed in Parliament.
उनको भरा गया है।
All right. So even as we speak, of course, protests are continuing in not just the national capital, but various parts of the country as well. We had pictures for you a short while ago from Chandigarh, as well as protests being reported from other parts. Now, this, of course, is Lutyens, Delhi, where this protest is happening, and the Delhi police, of course, had issued an advisory earlier for people to avoid certain routes in the national capital, which included...
Again and again. Mr. Bansal has been called. Mr. Kargil has been called. All books are in black and white. There is nothing to be hide. Only to harass and torture a senior woman leader who has sacrificed her power. She could have become the Prime Minister at the time of Nasim Rao. She could have become the Prime Minister at time of Manmohan Singh. Such a great leader who was sacrificed for the sake of this country. They are harassing her. No men and women of this country can tolerate this type of torture. So we all are. Madam may be sitting in ED office. Answer to them. We are giving our brave strength to her. All congressmen throughout the country are pained. We are with her. We are with the party.
So BJP is saying that what is wrong in issuing a notice if they are already clean in this case?
When they know there is nothing, misusing of power itself is that we are criticizing. We are not above the land, but how you are misusing the opportunity is that. Why did your earlier for the finance minister tell there is nothing? The income tax said there is nothing. Then again, why are you harassing?
Do you think that Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi has been targeted by the BJP party?
100%. They are harassing, they are targeting. They were targeting all the opposition leaders of this country.
Thank you.
Ahead of the Commonwealth Games, we are given to understand that Neeraj Chopra will not be defending his title at the Commonwealth Games of 2020. The Commonwealth Games, of course, this year take place in England. Now, Neeraj Chopra, we are given to understand, will have to miss that because of injury concerns. In fact, we have had a tweet that's come in from Team India, which says will not be defending his title at Birmingham CG 2022. That's due to concerns regarding his fitness. We wish him a speedy recovery and are supporting him in these challenging times. This, of course, is a tweet that's come in from Team India. He has, of course, in the past spoken about his fear of injuries, and we are given to understand that he will be resting for at this CWG Games and will not be participating. Srijani is joining us live. She's reporting from the news desk on this. Srijani, he's spoken about his injury fears in the past, and it appears that the injury is serious enough for him to miss the Commonwealth Games.
Well, absolutely, Nupur. It's a major heartbreak for India ahead of the Commonwealth Games, a big event like Commonwealth Games, and a big name, Neeraj Chopra, the World Championship silver medalist, the Olympic champion.
All right, I'm going to have to interrupt you there, Srijani. Yogeshwar Dutt is on the phone line with us. Yogeshwar Dutt, good afternoon. This is going to be a little disappointing for Indian fans because Neeraj Chopra is one of our ace athletes. However, injury concerns, dog all athletes.
नमस्कार जी। और बिल्कुल अभी मेरे को पता लगा है इंजरी की वजह से नीरज चोपड़ा कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स नहीं खेल पाएंगे, और ये एक दुखी करने वाली खबर है बिल्कुल हमारे भारतीय दर्शकों के लिए, खिलाड़ियों के लिए। और अभी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में सिल्वर मेडल जीता था और यहाँ पे वो गोल्ड के प्रबल दावेदार थे, पर मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर इंजरी है तो उससे बाहर रहना, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स से बाहर रहना ही बेहतर होगा, क्योंकि नीरज चोपड़ा जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ उसका असली टारगेट 2024 ही ओलंपिक ही है, अगले साल एशियन गेम्स भी है, और खतरा बिल्कुल भी उसको ऐसे नहीं उठाना चाहिए, और जो उठाए भी उसने अपना नाम वापस लिया है। इसलिए ये हमारे लिए तो बुरी खबर है, पर और शायद नीरज चोपड़ा के लिए भी है, क्योंकि वो हर खिलाड़ी चाहता है कोई भी बड़ा गेम हो उसमें देश के लिए खेलना, मेडल जीतना। और पर अगर एक इंजरी खेल का हिस्सा है, खिलाड़ी का हिस्सा है, इंजरी खिलाड़ी को होती रहती है और अच्छे बुरे टाइम के साथ चलना पड़ता है खिलाड़ी को। नीरज चोपड़ा भी उन्हीं खिलाड़ियों में से एक है, और अभी देश के लिए देश का मान बढ़ा है वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में मेडल जीत के। और मेरा मानना है कि अगर इंजरी है तो बाहर रहने में कोई वो इतना वो नहीं है, हमारे खिलाड़ी और भी अच्छा प्रदर्शन करेंगे, पर कोई भी अच्छा खिलाड़ी उसको हमें 2024 तक बिल्कुल संभाल के रखना बहुत जरूरी है, बिल्कुल जिससे 2024 पेरिस ओलंपिक में अच्छा प्रदर्शन कर सके। नीरज चोपड़ा को पहले भी एल्बो इंजरी हुई थी, ऑपरेशन भी हुआ, शायद शोल्डर का या एल्बो का ऑपरेशन हुआ उसका, इसलिए बड़े ध्यान से रखने की जरूरत है ये। और अगली तैयारी के जल्दी फिट हो गया, और तैयारी के लिए अगले साल एशियन गेम्स है, वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप भी है अगले साल शायद, और फिर टोक्यो पेरिस ओलंपिक है, इसलिए ये दुखद है, पर संभल के चलना बड़ा जरूरी है। और हमारे नीरज चोपड़ा के फैंस के लिए, हमारे दर्शकों के लिए, हमारे जितने भी चाहने वाले हैं, खिलाड़ियों को चाहने वाले हैं, उनके लिए बिल्कुल बुरी खबर है कि नीरज चोपड़ा को कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में नहीं देख पाएंगे। पर ये खेल का हिस्सा है, हमें साथ देना अपने खिलाड़ियों को नीरज चोपड़ा का कि कोई बात नहीं, आगे और अच्छी तैयारी करे, इंजरी को जल्दी ठीक करे और अच्छी तरह तैयारी करे और इंजरी से बच के रहे, क्योंकि खेल में सबसे बड़ी बात इंजरी होती है, उससे बचना बड़ा जरूरी है, अगर होती है तो उससे जल्दी पार पाना बड़ा जरूरी है। इसलिए आगे पेरिस ओलंपिक को देखे नीरज और अच्छी तैयारी करे इंजरी से वापसी करके, और गोल्ड देश के लिए गोल्ड जीते।
योगेश्वर जी, आपका मैसेज क्या होगा नीरज को? आप कोई मैसेज डायरेक्टली एज ए सीनियर एथलीट आप देना चाहेंगे इस टाइम, क्योंकि जैसे कि आपने कहा इट्स अ बिग डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, उनके लिए भी बहुत बड़ा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट होगा।
बिल्कुल बड़ा, क्योंकि और नीरज चोपड़ा ने टोक्यो में बहुत बड़ी खुशी, और 130 करोड़ भारतीयों के चेहरे पे खुशी, गोल्ड लाके खुशी का जो काम किया था, और अभी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में सिल्वर मेडल लाके जो खुशी का काम किया था, और खुद नीरज भी इस चीज से दुखी होगा। मैं नीरज को ये बोलूंगा कि खेल वो खुद पता है, इंजरी पहले हो चुकी है, ऑपरेशन हो चुका है, अपना पूरा फोकस अब पेरिस ओलंपिक पे लगाए, और देश के लिए फिर जैसे टोक्यो में गोल्ड पे निशाना लगाया था, ऐसे ही पेरिस ओलंपिक में भी गोल्ड पे निशाना लगाए, अपने प्रदर्शन में और सुधार करे, और इंजरी से जो और ताकतवर होकर निकलता है वो ये इतिहास रचता है। और ये नीरज ने इतिहास रचा भी, पहले ऑपरेशन के बाद टोक्यो ओलंपिक में मेडल जीता, और अभी फिर इंजर्ड हुआ है, तो इससे निकल गया है अगले साल एशियन गेम्स है फिर, क्योंकि तो उसमें पेरिस ओलंपिक में बहुत कम टाइम बचा है, देश के लिए दूसरा गोल्ड जीते, और ऐसे जैसे टोक्यो ओलंपिक में खुशी दी थी पूरे हर हिंदुस्तानी को, ऐसे ही पेरिस ओलंपिक में खुशी थी। हम तो ये चाहते हैं कि नीरज चोपड़ा ओलंपिक में गोल्ड जीते, यहाँ कोई बात नहीं, अगर इंजरी हुई तो रेस्ट करे, अच्छी रिकवरी करे, वापसी करे, और पूरा पेरिस पे फोकस रखे और देश के लिए गोल्ड जीते।
Many thanks, Yogeshwar ji. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको. And well, heartbreak for Neeraj Chopra and for his fans as well. A big setback for Indian sports, Indian athletics at this time, because well, we are hearing that he will not be able perhaps to participate in the Commonwealth Games this year at Birmingham. And Srijani, our correspondent, joining us now with more details. Srijani, we are hearing that Neeraj could have to miss the Commonwealth Games due to fitness concerns. What details available at this point?
Well, yeah, Nupur, as Yogeshwar, the veteran wrestler, rightly pointed out that this is not the first time that Neeraj, has had to miss a big event like Commonwealth Games. In 2019, he had to miss the World Doha Championships in athletics again due to an injury. But this time around, I mean, there were a lot of expectations from the current World Championship silver medalist. But as he also pointed out in the post-match press conference, I would like to read that out for my viewers. I thought even the fourth throw could have gone farther. After that, I felt something on my thigh and could not do my best in the next two. I had strapping on my thigh. I'll know the status tomorrow morning because my body is still warm after the event. I hope there should not be any issue for the upcoming events, that is Commonwealth Games, is what Neeraj Chopra had told us right after the game, right after the World Championships. But
And at this point, breaking news coming in as far as the Congress protests are concerned. Rahul Gandhi, we hear, has been detained. Well, those are visuals there. We're getting you off the scene. Police crowding that vehicle as it's speeding off. And we're trying to get in touch with our reporter to get to know if that is the vehicle in which Rahul Gandhi has been detained and taken away. As we'd been telling you throughout the day since they began protests, ever since Sonia Gandhi arrived at the Enforcement Directorate for a second round of questioning. Now we are hearing that Rahul Gandhi has been detained. Our reporters on the ground, we are trying to get in touch to get to know about when this happened. But those are visuals from the scene. As you can see, the press and police surrounding that vehicle. Big breaking development as Congress leaders across the country are blocking roads. And Madhurima to tell us about this latest breaking development. Madhurima, we're getting breaking information that Rahul Gandhi has been detained. Give us more details.
After a lot of toiling from the end of Rahul Gandhi, who kept on talking to the police officials to allow the Congress MPs along with him. To move towards the President House and hand over the memorandum that they wanted to have, which is giving all the reasons that they need a discussion on multiple issues. After not being able to convince the police officials, we saw how Rahul Gandhi, just right behind me in front of the Raisina Hill, sat on the road. He sat on the road and refused to move. You can see that there's still a lot of police deployment over here along with the CRPF as they were trying to contain the Congress MP. The situation here got all riled up, and we're bringing you the visuals where just Rahul Gandhi in front of the Raisina Hill, he just sat, refused to move, covered with his his security officials, then police officials. After a lot of convincing, when Rahul Gandhi did not agree to budge, the police officials had no choice but to detain him, and that's what happened. After a lot of commotion, Rahul Gandhi was detained by the Delhi police officials, and now he has been taken to the nearest police station, probably the Parliamentary Street police station, because this area falls under that particular jurisdiction. However, the Congress MPs were very aggressive, and when questioned about this entire protest, they say that the BJP-led government is refusing to hold any sort of discussion, Nupur, and which is why they continue to protest all across. And this is the situation that we're bringing you from Vijay Chowk over here. All the Congress MPs came out and began their march from the parliament and continued to protest until they were taken to the police station, until they were detained by the police officials. We are reporting right now in front of the Parliament House, and this is where Rahul Gandhi, along with the most senior member of parliaments to the leaders, the like of Mallika Arjun Kharge, Duped and many others, continued to protest until they were detained by the police officials. We'll have to wait and watch until what time will they be detained, for how long will they be detained. But one thing that has been made clear by the Congress officials, that they are going to continue the protest during the entire monsoon session, which highly likely indicates that there are going to be more disruption and less business in both the houses of the parliament. Back to you.
Well, Madhurima, we're getting those live visuals from Vijay Chowk. Well, those are earlier visuals, we believe. Rahul Gandhi there leading the protest. As you said, the Congress beginning the protest today and from outside Parliament and then going on to Raisina Hill, and the police now detaining Rahul Gandhi. Well, Madhurima, you were telling us about a memorandum that Rahul Gandhi was saying that he wanted to submit. Have you been able, were you able to see it? Did he make it public? Did he show it to the press at least?
Well, Duped, as far as the memorandum is concerned, Rahul Gandhi did not make it
from New
public,
Delhi.
but the Congress MPs have made it abundantly clear that all they want to mention in the memorandum.
Right, Madhurima, we're getting Anuj as well. So stay with us as we go across to Anuj. Anuj, what information can you give us? The Congress here in New Delhi, in Lutyens, Delhi, creating a huge ruckus. Rahul Gandhi, since reports last came in, detained now by the police. It's over to you.
Drama, what we are seeing since from the morning when we are talking about today's development. This was Sonia Gandhi who was called for the interrogation, for the questioning. This is the second round of the questioning. Let me give you the sense. I'm reporting from the AICC headquarters. On one side, we are getting the visuals from the parliament, right outside the parliament, where the Congress MPs and the leaders of the Congress party from the parliament were trying to march toward the Rashtrapati Bhavan. They are willing to give a memorandum, but they were stopped, yes. And what I've been told that the leaders there have been already detained. Even Rahul Gandhi has been detained. But on the other hand, these are the live images which is coming in from the AICC headquarters. There you can clearly see the kind of arrangement that has been done by the Delhi police, and the forces even has been deployed. We can see the RAF, we can see the CRPF which has been deployed. On the other hand, on my left is the bus. On my left hand is the bus in which these people are going to be detained if they cross the line, because they are not allowed to come out of the AICC office. Many of the workers were trying to come out. We have seen around numbers of workers which have been already detained, and they have been taken to the concerned police station. I'll ask my video journalist to continue with the visuals. These are the live images from right outside AICC headquarters. That's the Congress headquarters. That's the Congress office in the national capital, where Sonia Gandhi at this point in time is being questioned. The questioning at this point in time is on in the Enforcement Directorate office. On the other hand, these are the Congress leadership. These are the Congress Karyakartas who were told earlier only that no satyagraha, no protest is allowed. We can see some of the leaders. Some of the leaders are shouting over there. We'll try and get in what they are trying to say. They're showing their anger. They're showing their anger against their leader has been detained. Rahul Gandhi has been detained. So they are showing their anger there. The permission is not given for any kind of protest. No permission for any kind of satyagraha. That's the clear line which has been taken by the Delhi police. 144 is being imposed. Sonia Gandhi, let me remind you, today for the second day is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. The questioning at this point in time is on, where we are getting these live images from the AICC headquarters. From the AICC headquarters, we are getting these live images where the Karyakartas are standing right at the gate of the AICC headquarters. That's the Congress office in the national capital. There, they are protesting. They are trying to move ahead. But I'll ask my video journalist to continue with the visuals on the left side also, where we will show you, where we will show the viewers the kind of arrangement that has been done, the kind of bandobast. We are seeing Delhi police, we are seeing CRP, we are seeing RAF, which has been already deployed over here. So heavy deployment of the forces could be clearly seen. On the other hand, these are the buses which is already deployed over here. If they cross the line, because they're not allowed to move ahead. The workers, the Karyakartas of the Congress party are not allowed for any kind of protest. And if they move ahead, they will be detained. They will be detained. That's the line which has been taken. And now we are seeing if they are going ahead, some of the Karyakartas are pulling their leaders back so that they should not cross the line and go ahead, because they will be detained. As no permission has been given. There in the visuals. I'll ask my video journalist to continue to give you the visuals. There, the forces, the forces are continuously trying to control the situation. So these are the live images. We'll continue with the protest of the Congress Karyakarta from right outside the AICC headquarters. It's time for a short break. We will be right back. And this is the second day of the questioning of Sonia Gandhi by the Enforcement Directorate. Stay tuned.
Heavy rainfalls are expected in Mumbai for the next 4 days. A lot of people over here with tricolors commemorating the victory of Draupadi Murmu.
Reading allows us to become familiar with ourselves.
We don't read, we won't know what is knowledge. I just find it very interesting to know people's lives, how they went through certain situations, how they dealt with things.
So wherever you want to go in life, if you read books along those lines, then that would really help you in growing.
Reading could mean a million different things to every individual. What does it mean to you? Visit readindia.info to find out more.
आज 26 जुलाई है और आज का दिन बहुत खास है। आज के ही दिन कारगिल के युद्ध में हमारी सेना ने भारत की जीत का झंडा फहराया था। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं, ऊंचे पहाड़ों पर बैठा हुआ दुश्मन और नीचे से लड़ रही हमारी सेना, हमारे वीर जवान। लेकिन जीत पहाड़ की ऊंचाई की नहीं, भारत की सेनाओं के ऊंचे हौसले और सच्ची वीरता की।
इतनी ऊंचाइयों पर विजय पाना मात्र गगनचुंबी चोटियों को फतेह करना नहीं है, ये देश की समूची शक्ति को दर्शाता है, हमारी सेनाओं के शौर्य का प्रतीक है।
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
युद्ध सरकारें नहीं लड़ती, युद्ध पूरा देश लड़ता है। सरकारें आती जाती रहती हैं, लेकिन देश के लिए जो जीने और मरने की परवाह नहीं करते, वो अजर अमर होते हैं। सैनिक आज के साथ ही आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए अपना जीवन बलिदान करते हैं। हमारी आने वाली कल सुरक्षित रहे, उसलिए वो अपनी आज स्वाहा कर देता है। सैनिक जिंदगी और मौत में भेद नहीं करते, उनके लिए तो कर्तव्य ही सब कुछ होता है।
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Now being detained by the Delhi police, and the forces deployment could be clearly seen. So whosoever will try to do the protest, the Karyakartas has been clearly given the instruction that nobody is allowed to go ahead, nobody is allowed to do the protest. When Sonia Gandhi is being questioned, when the questioning is on, we'll continue with the visuals. I'll ask my video journalist to give you the visuals. These are the live images from the AICC headquarters where the protesters has been already detained, the Karyakartas has been already detained. Many of the Karyakartas who were trying to cross the line. I'll ask my video journalist to come this side so that we can give the clear picture. We can give the clear picture of the protesters who have been detained. There one lady is there who is already detained there on the gate. The protesters being pulled up by the Delhi police personnel. They're not cooperating. with the police personnel here, the forces deployed over here. But these are the live images, let me tell you, coming in from the AICC headquarters. The high voltage drama since from the morning continue, where the permission was not given. There was no permission for any kind of protest, any kind of satyagraha. We have seen the same kind of visuals coming in from the Vijay Chowk. That's right outside the parliament when the parliament session is on. On the other hand, these are the live images coming in from the AICC headquarters. That's the Congress head office in the national capital. I'll ask my video journalist to give you the sense. We are continuously giving the sense how the protester has been detained. These are one part of the image. I'll ask my video journalist to give you the long view. The long view from here, from where we can see the kind of protest which is going on and how the protesters are being detained. So these are the live images. There you can clearly see Congress karyakartas, women karyakartas. There we are continuously getting you these live images from the AICC headquarters. This is non-stop rolling coverage on Republic TV. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Expected in Mumbai for the next 4 days. A lot of people over here with tricolors commemorating the victory of Draupadi Murmu. Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news. Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news. Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Republic News Network is the only network to get you an aerial view.
सोनिया गांधी से ईडी पूछताछ नहीं कर सकती। इसको रोको यार, तुम हम पे करते हो इधर से। ये क्या मतलब है?
Bengal police has applied the water cannon to disperse the protesters.
Reading allows us to become familiar with ourselves.
We don't read, we won't know what is knowledge. I just find it very interesting to know people's lives, how they went through certain situations, how they dealt with things.
So wherever you want to go in life, if you read books along those lines, then that would really help you in growing.
Reading could mean a million different things to every individual. What does it mean to you? Visit readindia.info to find out more.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
युद्ध सरकारें नहीं लड़ती, युद्ध पूरा देश लड़ता है। सरकारें आती जाती रहती हैं, लेकिन देश के लिए जो जीने और मरने की परवाह नहीं करते, वो अजर अमर होते हैं। सैनिक आज के साथ ही आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए अपना जीवन बलिदान करते हैं। हमारी आने वाली कल सुरक्षित रहे, उसलिए वो अपनी आज स्वाहा कर देता है। सैनिक जिंदगी और मौत में भेद नहीं करते, उनके लिए तो कर्तव्य ही सब कुछ होता है।
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic live stream with you everywhere. Republic live stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic live stream with you every.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic live stream with you everywhere. Republic live stream, India's #1 streaming news.
A stunning black diary with explosive details emerges in the Bengal cash scam. A black diary recovered from Arpita's residence as per the Enforcement Directorate. Full list of the seizure at the residence of Arpita accessed 5 lakh envelope in a Government of Bengal insignia. That's the big mention. That's the envelope, 5 lakh was in it. More trouble for opposition, 19 MPs, 19 Rajya Sabha MPs suspended, including 6 of the TMC, 2 of the DMK. That number could rise. We are waiting for the full details. Vadra Congress resorts to massive drama. Rahul Gandhi detained as Sonia's questioning continues. Opposition Vice President candidate Margaret Alva duped in cyber fraud. She goes on to blame the BJP. India pays tribute to its heroes on 23rd Kargil Vijay Diwas to honour soldiers, the bravehearts who sacrificed their lives in the Kargil War of 1999. Well, have you missed the big news stories because you were sitting in office? Have you missed breaking stories because you were stuck in traffic? Well, not anymore. Now, you won't miss a moment. Republic Livestream is up and running. All you have to do is use any device. Log on to republicworld.com or any other streaming platform to watch the news in HD quality. Let's get to the breaking news now. And Republic TV has accessed the full list of 19 MPs who've been suspended for unruly behavior after they staged protests in the Rajya Sabha. 4 parliamentarians were suspended yesterday. 19 more have been suspended today. Aishwarya is live with us on the broadcast. We have the 19 names, Aishwarya. Now, 19 is a big number. What has the chair said while suspending these MPs?
Well, that's right. Yes, 19 is a big number, but then that decision has been taken after a lot of thought process, because what we are being told that even today they were at least warned 5 to 6 times by the chair, and despite their continued mode, which should have been discussion and not disruption, they did not allow not one but two discussions to continue. And that is one, in sheer desperation and as a final step, the chair took this decision of suspending these 19 MPs of the upper house for 1 week. But let me give you some details. This is not the largest numbers. In 1989, Niranjan, on the 15th of March in 1989, 63 members of the Lok Sabha were suspended. And who was the Prime Minister then? Which government was in ruling? Congress. Rajiv Gandhi, late Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. 63 member of Parliament of Lok Sabha were suspended in 1989. So the numbers, it is not what the Congress or the opposition is trying to make, that because BJP is in the ruling, they will make their own decisions. There is a rule book according to which the chair, whether in Lok Sabha or in the upper house, they act. And the act is 256 today. According to rule 256, the chair has acted and has suspended 19 MPs of the upper house, which range from not only one particular party, but ranging from Trinamool Congress to TRS to DMK to CPIM, all these MPs, whoever flouted rules. And they were given warnings, not one or two, but several warnings by the chair today as well. And that was the case yesterday as well. And that was in Lok Sabha. When those 4 Congress MPs were given, we were told at least 6 warnings by the chair. But their rule or their mode of functioning is disruption and not discussion. That's the problem. You need to protest. You can protest right outside gate number 4, gate number 2, gate number 1, right in front of the Mahatma Gandhi statue in the Parliament.
Getting some breaking news. 1 minute. Abhishek, getting in some breaking news. Hold on.
Who have not reduced even the VAT on petrol and diesel will get exposed before the House. Their demand for GST, which is completely baseless and an allegation in which the very same ministers and governments of the Congress, the Trinamool Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, the DMK were a part of the decision. The Communist parties of Kerala, they were equally a part of the decision taken unanimously by the GST, will be discussed on the floor of the House. Therefore, it is incumbent on the honourable MPs not to infringe on the rights of other members who want debate, discussion and passage of bills. We once again repeat and request that the House be allowed to function smoothly and the government will be ready to discuss any issue, including price rise, on the floor of the House. Thank you. बड़ा खेद है कि कुछ माननीय सांसदों को सदन की कार्रवाई से इस हफ्ते के लिए सस्पेंड करना पड़ा। माननीय चेयरमैन ने हमारी दरख्वास्त को हाउस के वोट के लिए रखा और हाउस ने निर्णय लिया कि जो माननीय सदस्य हाउस को चलने नहीं दे रहे हैं, सदन की कार्रवाई में बाधा डाल रहे हैं, उनको इस हफ्ते के लिए सस्पेंड किया जाए। हमने कई बार सदन में भी और सदन के बाहर भी इस बात को रखा है कि सरकार हर विषय पे चर्चा के लिए तैयार है। महंगाई पे भी सरकार अब चर्चा करना चाहती है। हम बताना चाहते हैं कैसे बड़े अहम कदम सरकार ने उठाए जिससे भारत में बाकी देशों के निस्बत महंगाई कम रही है। हम बताना चाहते हैं कैसे जीएसटी काउंसिल में आम आदमी पार्टी, कांग्रेस, केरल की कम्युनिस्ट पार्टीज, डीएमके, ये सभी पार्टीज ने, टीआरएस, ये सभी पार्टीज ने मिलके सर्वसम्मति से जो निर्णय लिए उसके ऊपर भी सदन को नहीं चलने दे रहे। और मैं समझता हूँ कि विपक्ष भाग रही है चर्चा से क्योंकि वो समझ गई है कि उनके ऊपर जो जिम्मेदारी थी, जो कर्तव्य था, उसमें वो पूरी तरीके से फेल हुए। हम माननीय वित्त मंत्री की तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी, उनको कोविड हुआ था। जैसे वो वापस सदन की कार्रवाई में आएंगी तब इस विषय पे चर्चा होगी। हम पुनः एक बार आश्वस्त करते हैं कि इस विषय पे चर्चा शेड्यूल होगी जैसे वित्त मंत्री जी का स्वास्थ्य ठीक हो जाए और रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि सदन की कार्रवाई को स्मूथली चलाने दिया जाए। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हैं गवर्नमेंट इस तरह सर मैं फोटो
Piyush Goyal, they're speaking for the first time, saying that all discussions will be held, but disruption is not the answer. Also showing the mirror to some of the states ruled by opposition parties where they've refused to cut taxes on fuel. They've refused to cut taxes on fuel, and now they are complaining about the GST on some other items. And that was the point he was trying to make. Aishwarya?
Well, absolutely, Niranjan. At this point of time, Congress and then all of those parties whose MPs have been suspended, whether it is Trinamool Congress, whether it is CPIM, TRS, DMK, they basically need to understand that House is there for discussion and not disruption. And basically, if they are trying to give the fact that it is only because it's the BJP government, then there is a lot of precedent to it. If I can just tell you, when there was the Congress government in and we had a Lok Sabha speaker, Miss Meera Kumar was there, 16 MPs were suspended. 16 MPs. I have already told you, in 1989, 63 MPs were